And the federal government is doing damage control after last week's discovery that millions of dollars in stimulus money were going to congressional districts that don't even exist. Oklahoma Impact Team's Alex Cameron investigates how these jobs are reported.
Since Recovery.gov reported at the beginning of this month that stimulus spending so far had saved or created 640,000 jobs, numerous examples of individual project reports being highly inaccurate in their job numbers have come to light. And there are examples in Oklahoma, although it's not as black and white as it might first appear. Go to the Recovery.gov homepage and zoom into the 73104 zip code. You'll find that the Oklahoma Community Service Commission, better known as AmeriCorps, received 2 grants totaling $431,000. One of the grants, for $352,000, is placing 38 AmeriCorps members at nonprofits like the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma. 29 have been placed so far.
Very often AmeriCorps members are young. They come in, they bring energy, enthusiasm, fresh ideas.
And they come in with a commitment, generally, to work for 1 year.
They receive an education award when they complete their service terms, and while they're serving through the year, they receive a small living allowance.
The allowance is the equivalent of just under $12,000 a year, and AmeriCorps members admit that's not much.
You know, you have to live really modestly, but that was the idea.
Neither Suma Ananthaswamy nor Joe Hudson is doing this for the money. Still, is it accurate to count what they're doing as a full-time job?
I do feel like this is a full-time job because I know that I'm working here 8 to 5, and for me it sure feels like it.
AmeriCorps' other grant is for $78,600 in matching funds. How many jobs is that saving or creating? 29. We wanted to know how AmeriCorps officials felt about that number.
I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Nancy Sherrick says low-paying as they may be, the jobs are real. Just how they should be reported, she says, is less clear.
All in all, it was very confusing, and the federal agency was really confused about it, too. Everybody was trying really hard to get it right, but nobody knew how.
Frankly, I think that this whole effort to try and put numbers to the recovery plan is essentially a government-funded propaganda effort.
Congressman Tom Cole's criticism of the stimulus only intensified last week when phantom congressional districts were discovered on the recovery website.
Look, you've got imaginary jobs in make-believe congressional districts as a justification for $787 billion of expenditure. I think you got a lot of explaining to do.
I'm not going to get into a debate with Congressman Cole.
Recovery spokesman Ed Pound says this was a case of stimulus recipients misreporting their congressional districts and recovery officials just not having the time to check every report.
There were many, many errors corrected in this first quarter of reporting. Obviously, not all errors were corrected.
You know, that's classic shifting of the blame to somebody else. The reality is it's not very hard to know that there's not 9 congressional districts in Oklahoma.
But Pound says the mistake is being corrected and in no way jeopardizes any stimulus dollars.
It has no impact at all on our ability to monitor and review the spending under this program, or for the public to find out where the money is going.
Like the grants going to the Oklahoma Community Service Commission.
I think it's great. I think that it's a really worthwhile outlet for the funding.
The stimulus package gave me a job.
But clearly not every stimulus job is the same. $431,000 may yield 67 AmeriCorps jobs, while according to the same website, same zip code, $8.7 million yields just 10 jobs at the OU Medical Center. What do you think about all this? Let us know. Go to our website, hit the News tab, and then click on the Oklahoma Impact Team.